Now he's one of Britain's most respected actors, and you'll know from countless roles, whether it's as the Mr. Dashing Rochester in the TV adaptation of Jane Eyre, or as a Bond baddie alongside Madonna and Pierce Brosnan in Die Another Day. We're talking, of course, about Toby Stephens.
Love Actually, Bridget Jones' Diary, Mamma Mia. That's everything you need to know about a victim right here. He's just not that into you. The no excuses truth to understanding guys. So, she was single, desperate, and probably blubbed herself to sleep every night.
And you can tell all this from looking at her books and DVDs?
I'm sure she was very happy.
Are you saying if a woman eats a bit of chocolate...
A bit?
...and drinks a few glasses of wine...
That's bigger than my head.
...it means she is therefore emotionally unstable?
I'm surprised she hasn't got a cat.
And Toby's here now, and he's playing a detective in a new comedy this weekend, and that looked like real fun to play.
It was, yeah. It was a lot of fun.
So what is Vexed all about? Can you give us a bit of an outline?
Well, Vexed is basically about two detectives, police detectives, who are completely mismatched. Jack and Kate. Jack is he's just possibly the worst detective there has ever been, and Kate is trying to do a good job and being dragged down by Jack, essentially.
Did you enjoy doing comedy? Because obviously we've seen you in more serious roles.
I loved it. I absolutely loved it. Yeah, I've done comedy on stage, but it just seemed that, you know, in film and TV, I've tended to do the more serious stuff. So it was like a kind of having a vacation for me, you know. And I loved it. I loved it. And because Jack is so awful at his job, he never knows what's going on in any case. So I just had to turn up every day and have fun. I didn't have to kind of go, ooh, now what's going on? Where's the body hid? Who did what? And, you know, I didn't have to do any of that kind of work. It was just fun.
And talking of stage, of course, you're on stage at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
What do you prefer, kind of, do you prefer doing TV, or I know they're very different?
I prefer whatever I'm not doing at the time. So at the moment, because I'm doing theatre, I prefer filming. I mean, it just works that way. I mean, I suppose in terms of satisfaction, theatre is very hard to beat because it's a much more immediate form. You know, you do the play, people applaud afterwards, you know whether people like it or not. With filming, it's a much more mysterious thing. You know, you do it, it goes into a can, and you don't know whether it's going to be any good until possibly a year later. I mean, we filmed Vexed in last September, and it's just about to come out. So it's that's a long process, a very different process. But, you know, I love filming as well, you know, so...
Yeah, whereas, yeah, but on stage you do get that...
You do get it, but it's a very visceral form,
yeah.
You know, and it's very immediate, and also you don't have, you know, it's very bitty doing filming, you know, and somebody else is in control of your performance.
Yeah,
you know, editors can totally alter what you do, whereas on stage you're in charge.
I also read that doing the Bond film put you off being in Hollywood. A little bit?
No, it didn't put me off. I mean, I love doing the Bond film. It was, for me, it was more like... it was a sort of strange blip where I was doing the work that I normally do, like theatre and an odd bit of telly and maybe an odd bit of film, and then suddenly I did this massive, huge film, which was wonderful. I mean, I loved it. I spent 6 months in Pinewood on the Bond stage with these enormous sets that were supposed to be my house. You know, I was like, oh, great, you know. But then I went back to doing the stuff I normally do, and... you know, it was one of those things, the choice was, do I go out to LA and sit out there and wait for other jobs, which would probably be exactly the same. I mean, once you've done a villain, that's all you end up doing.
Right.
Let's get that British guy in to do another, you know, villain. And I have a bit more... you know, stuff that I want to do.
I kind of get it, because I love LA as well, but you know, I love London. I love being at home with friends and family. But you've also got a very famous mother, of course, Dame Maggie Smith. So do you think it's just in your blood that you're going to be an actor?
I don't know. I mean, I think it's a combination of, yes, I suppose there is something in the genetics, but I also, because of my mother, got to see a huge amount of theatre when I was young, and I think that had an enormous influence on shaping me and my taste and the way I am, you know.
Yeah.
So I think it was a combination of nature and nurture.
Okay, and your wife is also an actress, and she's expecting another child very, very soon. That's very exciting, isn't it?
It is. It's daunting. It's our third child, so that is certainly daunting.
Okay, and we've also got a little something down here for you. It's related to the programme, of course, Vexed, and it's for your new arrival.
Thank you
there
very
you go.
much. Thank you. That's very sweet of you. Thank you.
Do you think you'd like your children to follow you into acting?
You know, if that's what they wanted to do, then great. But I certainly would be, I'd certainly sort of advise them that it's a very difficult job. You know, I mean, it is. It's a tough profession. It's very hard to get on in it, and it's overpopulated. There's not enough work for all of us. And, you know, it's tough. So I would be quite hard on them. You know, but if that's what they want to do, then great.
Oh, well, it was so lovely to see you today. Please send all our loves. And it's great having you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.